Angles in quadrilaterals. So we're going to be learning about how to find missing angles in four-sided shapes, and it will help to know all the properties of quadrilaterals, which is in a previous lesson video. So sum of interior of angles in a quadrilateral. Angles in a quadrilateral add up to 360, and it's interior angles, so we're referring to the angles on the inside of our shape. So all quadrilaterals have 4 angles inside, and when added all together, so in this diagram here we've got A, B, C and D, and when we add A, B, C and D together, we will get a value of 360 degrees. No matter what value these individual angles are, when added all 4 together, you will end up with 360 degrees. A little note is no matter what kind of quadrilateral, its interior angles will always add up to 360 degrees. So whether it's a regular or an irregular quadrilateral, its inside angles, the 4 inside angles, will always add up to 360 degrees. So let's go for some examples. So here we have a rhombus, and it's asking us to work out the missing angle. So if we were to work out a missing angle, remember with a rhombus, our opposite angles are equal. We know that all of our lengths, our side lengths, are equal to each other, and our opposite angles are also equal. So if you have a look here, we have 34, and the opposite one is also 34. Therefore, our missing angle, our question mark angle, is also 146 degrees, which is opposite the other 146 degrees. A way in which you can verify this is by doing 360, which obviously all 4 angles have to add up to, and then you subtract your 3 given angles, which is 146, 34 and 34, and when you subtract these 3 from 360, you will also end up with an answer of 146 degrees. Another example, it's asking us here to find A and B. We're given a rhombus. We know the opposite angles are equal, so we know that B is equal to 110 degrees. Okay, now how are we going to find angle A? Now we know that 4 angles are going to equal to 360 degrees, and we now know that 2 of our angles are 110 degrees each. So we can do 360 subtracted by 110, and then take away another 110, which gives us an answer of 140 degrees. Now, 140 degrees is this angle here and this angle here. And because they're equal to each other, all we have to do now is divide it by 2. If we do 140 divided by 2, we'll get an answer of 70 degrees. So we know now that angle A is equal to 70 degrees. Let's have a look here. So here we have the diagram above shows a parallelogram. Work out the size of angle marked X, and then part B says work out the size of angle marked Y. So very similar to our rhombus, remember our opposite angles in a parallelogram are also equal. Therefore, we can find out what Y is very, very easily. We just look at the opposite angle, which is 64. So we now know that Y is equal to 64. X, the way we can find X is by the same thing with the rhombus. We know that 360 is equal to all 4 of our interior angles. We know that angle Y is equal to 64, so we can subtract our 2 known angles of 64. So 360 subtract 64 twice gives us a final answer of 232. Now remember, these 2 angles of the X angle here that we are trying to find and the opposite angle are both equal to each other, so therefore all we have to do is do 232 divided by 2, which gives us an answer of 116 degrees. So therefore X is equal to 116 degrees. Pause this video and have a go at these questions. Okay, I'm going to put the answers up for our questions and mark those. Moving on to the next example. So work out the size of the missing angles in this isosceles trapezium. So remember, when we have an isosceles trapezium, our parallel angles are equal, so our bottom angles are equal. So this angle here is equal to this one. Therefore, our top angles are also equal to each other. So our missing angle is equal to 130 degrees. And a way that you can verify this is by doing 360, subtract 50, subtract another 50, and subtract the 130. And when you do 360 subtracted by 50 subtracted by another set of 50, and then 130, you'll also end up with a value of 130 degrees. So that's just a way of verifying whether or not your answer is correct. Have a look at another one. So work out the sides of the missing angle in this isosceles trapezium. So this time we are trying to find the top ones. Remember, they're equal, so these bottom ones are equal, so that we can do 360 take away 78 twice, because it's what's given to us. So 360 take away 78 twice gives us a value of 204. And now, because these two values are also equal to each other, we can do 204 divided by 2, which gives us a value of 102 degrees. So both of our missing angles are equal to 102 degrees. Another example, work out the missing angle in this trapezium. So this is not an isosceles trapezium, it's another kind of trapezium. So we are given that two of our corners are right angles. Remember, right angles are equal to 90 degrees. And we're given the other angle is 28. So you can do 90 plus 90 plus 28. When you do 90 plus 90 plus 28, you're going to get a value of 208 degrees. So we know that 3 of our angles equal 208 degrees. Now, you know that all 4 angles will equal 360. So you're going to do 360, subtract 208, and you're going to get an answer of 152 degrees. So your missing angle is equal to 152 degrees. Next example, example 7, work out the size of the missing angle. So here we have an arrowhead, but again it is a quadrilateral. The reason for it is because it's got 4 sides. So we know that its 4 interior angles add up to 360 degrees, and we are given that one angle is 23 degrees, our reflex angle is 234 degrees, and then our angle here in the corner is a right angle. So this one, you should know that it's equal to 90 degrees. So I'm going to do 23 plus 234 plus 90, and I'm going to get a value of, put the 0 there, of 347 degrees. So now I know that all 4 have to add up 360, so I do 360 subtract 347, and I get a value of 13. So our missing angle is equal to 13 degrees. So have a look here. So these are irregular quadrilaterals. Work out the size of the angle marked X. So angle marked X is this one here at the top. We are given the other 3 angles. Remember that this means it's a right angle, meaning it's 90 degrees. So we have an angle of 101, an angle of 90, and an angle of 53, which when added together, you get a value of 244. And we know that all 4 have to add up 360, so we do 360 take away 244, and we get a value of 116. So X is equal to 116 degrees. Got another one. Shown below is a quadrilateral. Work out the size of angle Y. So again, we are given three of our other angles. So we have 75 degrees plus 130 degrees plus 120 degrees. And when adding these 3 angles together, we get a value of 325 degrees as a total for the 3 that are given. We then do 360, which is our total, take away 325, and we get a value of 35 degrees. So Y is equal to 35 degrees. So pause this video and have a go at these questions. And the following are the answers. Final example, work out the size of the angle marked X. Now this one requires 2 steps. First step is obviously finding the missing angle inside of your quadrilateral, so that then you're able to find the angle X. We'll do that one step at a time. So we are given 3 angles inside our quadrilateral. So we have 125, we have 108, and then remember that this one here is a right angle, so it's 90 degrees. So then we have 90 degrees. So when added 125, 108, and 90, we get a value of 323 degrees. And a quadrilateral adds up to 360, so we subtract 323 from 360, and we get an answer of 37 degrees. So this angle here is equal to 37 degrees. Now, hopefully remember the rule of angles on a straight line add up to 180. So if we know that this angle here is now 37 degrees, we now have to do 180 take away 37, which gives us a value of 143 degrees. So this is 143 degrees, meaning that for this question, x is equal to 143 degrees as our final answer. So it requires you to find the missing angle inside your quadrilateral to then be able to find the angle outside of your quadrilateral by using your rule of angles on a straight line are equal to a half turn of 180 degrees. So pause this video and have a go at these questions. And now the answers to the following are